Hi family, welcome to another edition of Wisdom and Power for Life. Susie, your host. Family, I've come to remind you that you are being monitored. Yes, you're being monitored without your knowledge, without you even realizing it, that you're monitored. And you wonder, why are they monitoring me? Why am I being monitored? Well, do you remember that day that you decided to shift your life to another level, to do something new in your life, to go a step ahead on your ladder? Yes. Before then, when you were still seated at your comfort seat, no one took interest in you. When you were still like living in that madhouse, when you were still living in that poverty, when you were still in that situation that people desire to see, no one took interest in you until the day you made up your mind to leave that place, to go a step forward in your life, to start a new project, to level up in your life. Then they started to monitor you. As you started that new thing, you started that new project of yours. Can you remember that there are some people who called you, whom you never even informed of your new project, but they knew about it? Well, the day you informed people and people knew of your new project, of your new plans, of your step forward, this news spread like wildfire. People start coming into your life who are taking interest in your new project. Some of them are the people who started same thing, same initiative like you, but never knew how to move forward, never persisted in that. And they are like, she is starting a new project. Well, let's see how far she goes with that. And since then, you became a topic of interest. Yes, remember that day when you made up your mind and you informed a few friends, and then it spread like wildfire. And did you also notice that you received some calls from people you have forgotten about? You had forgotten about them. You had even wiped them off your book. But you're surprised you're receiving calls from them, and they know about this project. And before you realize, they are telling you of your new project. They know about the project more than you even know. Yeah, you are being monitored. Since that day, you made up your mind to level up in your life. And it entered people's ear. Eyes that are watching increase in your life. Monitoring eyes increase in your life. New enemies entered your life. Some of those people who are monitoring, they come like spies, but they make like they are interested in what you're doing. Like they are coming to take a share of their cake from the project, but actually they are monitoring your success. If you're succeeding in that matter, you're succeeding in that initiative, people took interest in you that day that you started a new thing in your life. Human nature, it's funny. It's like when you're crying, most people are happy to see you crying, because that is the normal trend, that people struggle in their life, that people sit on their comfort seat, that people fear to start something new, that people just sit comfortable and are satisfied where they are. But the moment you make up your mind to break this circle of your comfort zone, to come out of the box, to do something different, then people took interest in you. Do you remember you took a step forward, that you break out of that comfort zone, that you came out of that box, and then eyebrows were raised. New enemies came up in your life. Competitors came up in your life. People who monitor you increase in your life. Yes, you are monitored. Did you notice that people come around you asking, how is that business? How is that thing you're starting? How, and always asking, how is it moving? They want to hear how far you're pulling on. They want to know your struggles. And then those same people, when you inform them how difficult it is, how dark the whole situation looks like, they go back and laugh at you. They go back to mock you like, well, we said it now that she might not cope in that project. We said it now that let's see how far she would go. Did you realize that the day that you choose to start your new project, that the people who promised to support you and stand by you, that as they came the first day you invited them and they came to have the share of their cake, that these people have disappeared long ago, you are not hearing from them again. People who promised to support you, they are no more there. They have become monitors. They have become those who are monitoring you. You know, the promise at the beginning that they will stand by you. The promise at the beginning that they will support you. Now they have become some of those who are monitoring you to see how far you would go. Because people love comfort zone. People are shy to break out of their comfort zone. People fear starting new initiatives. People fear leaving that seat of comfort. So, when you started that project, you became a threat to them. You posed a challenge in their lives. They are like, let's see. You might be surprised to find out that some of those who were there, the day you started that initiative, that they are the very ones who are putting stone on your route. They want to have something to laugh about. They want to mock you. Yes, you are being monitored. You are being monitored. Same people you have closest to you. You might be surprised that they have stood as monitors as well. They are beside you, claiming to be your support, claiming to be your best man, claiming to be your best friend. But among those who are monitoring you, you will be surprised they are also part of it. Yes, that's how life works, darling. That's how life works. That is why we are called to be careful. That is why we are called to be cautious and awake. Because many are concerned about you more than you think. Many are interested in you more than you think. Yeah, many are interested in you more than you think. Because you started that new thing. Because you took that challenge upon you. Because you decided to break that comfort zone and do something new in your life. Yeah, you are monitored. When you sit down and most of the people you call besties, who are among those who are mocking at you, who are among those who are watching you, and you call them besties. I hope those who are beside you are also those who are ambitious, who are also moving the ladder of success. I hope they are one of them as well. Because only one who is also growing in their life would not have time to monitor you. Because they are also having things to do. They are busy. Be careful when you have people around you who have nothing doing, who are not breaking out of their comfort zone. Be careful about such people. They are most to monitor you. They are most that the enemy would use to put stones on your route. Yes, because they are seated on their comfort zone and they don't like those who challenge them. And all they can do at that time, because they can't break out of their comfort zone, they don't find that strength and capacity. All they can do is to put a watchful eye on you. They stand as your mockers. They might be by you, but they are curious about what you say about that project. They are curious about the report you give about that project. They are curious about what you have to say about that your new move. And they are listening to watch what you're saying. And when they turn their backs, they start mocking at you. Those very ones who are seated by you as your besties. Yes, we have to be careful. You have monitors in your life than you think. Yes, they are monitoring how far you would go with that project. That's your new thing. That's your newborn baby. How long will you stand that newborn baby? How far will you stand that project? How far will you go with it? They are monitoring. You are monitored, brother. You are monitored, sister. How far will you go? They are keeping their arms crossed and waiting for that day that you would announce that it hasn't worked as I thought. Actually, I made a mistake. Yes, they are waiting for that day. They are still waiting. They are never giving up waiting. They are never giving up waiting. Before you start writing down failure for yourself, they had written failure long ago for you. They had written failure long ago because they have already registered those who have started that kind of project and they failed. So they have put you in the failure list already before you write yourself there. All they can do now is to monitor, to see that what they said actually comes to pass. And they say, you see, we never been talk. Yeah, you are monitored, brother. You are monitored, sister. Remember that day that you also took a new job and you were so glad and you were announcing to some people and you thought they are all happy with you. Really? All happy with you? Many are struggling in life. Oh, that position you have, many don't have it. They are aiming at it, they don't have it. Oh, that new thing that has been born in your life, many are aiming for it, but they don't have it. Oh, so you think that they will be glad with you? They are just waiting that day that you will call them again to tell them that it never worked. Yes, you are monitored. You are monitored. That day that you picked up that new job, that day that you started that new thing, that day that you invited people to come and celebrate with you. Yes, you invited even your enemies. Even your enemies came with the crowd. Actually, you awakened sleeping cats. The cats were sleeping while you were suffering. They were having a good sleep. The day that you say, you are coming out of that crowd, you are coming out of that comfort zone, you awaken sleeping cats. Since that day, they are not sleeping again. Because now you have given them work to monitor. So how can they sleep again if you have not yet failed? How can those cats go to sleep? You've posed a threat and a challenge. They can't find sleep. Those sleeping cats can't sleep again. Until you drop, they can't sleep again. Oh yeah, that's what happened in our day-to-day life. Those are the realities about life that we have to accept. That should cause a call of concern. We should be concerned about such things so that we are more watchful. You know, so that we talk less than we talk more. If you don't feed your nearest person with information, nobody will know what is happening in your house. It's because you fed somebody with information. That is why everybody heard about your household outside. That is why everybody heard about your new project outside, because you informed one person. We must be careful how much we talk. If you don't give your information outside, you don't tell people about your next move or your next step in your project, how would it reach people? How would you stay monitors? Yes, you stay monitors by talking so much, by advertising yourself so much. When you gather people you're calling for consent, they start taking interest in you. When you boast about that thing, you begin to talk loud about something that you've started and you've not finished. You start boasting about it. You know, you are awakening enemies. You are calling enemies for yourself. That is why we have to be careful. We are being monitored than we think. Some of the people who became monitors in our life is because we called for that by our own mouth, by our own ways. We awaken sleeping cats by our ways and our mouths. Do your thing in a low profile. Do it in a low profile. And you would have very few people monitoring you. It's better you have few people monitoring you than having 100 people monitoring you. Anyway, they will come to know about it. But then, don't increase the number of people who would know about it, because many enemies will grow from there on. So it's better you have few enemies than having a crowd of enemies you can't even fight again. The battle, you have failed it because the enemies are increasing. At least you can struggle with one enemy. You still have hope with two. Maybe with three you can still do something to beat them down. But when they increase to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oh, what strategy would you develop again to put them down when there are so many? We must be careful. We must be careful. You are being monitored than you think. Remember, we ought to be careful and watchful. Thank you. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. If you are a returning viewer, do well to subscribe. Press the like button, the notification button. Leave a comment at the comment section in reaction to this content. And I will see you there. Share and share and share. I love you so much.